Hi, spring has come. The soil has warmed up. The garlic is already big enough, and it's time to help him. Namely, you need to make a spring dressing for garlic, which will now add strength to garlic to build up a large and lush green mass. This top dressing will affect how to grow more greenery. Those who have been growing garlic for years, and watching my channel, know that garlic has several growth phases. The first is when he builds up the green mass, and with it the head of garlic grows slowly but surely, and in autumn the green mass, if it was large, then it begins to give its nutrition to the head of garlic, and the head of garlic increases in size in autumn. And if this dressing is not done, then you cannot even dream about large garlic, and also this dressing will save your garlic from yellowing. I think many of you already have garlic starting to turn yellow right here on the tips. It can turn yellow quite strongly, and it may seem that everything is over, nothing can be fixed. But don't worry, this top dressing will help to remove the yellowing of garlic leaves. Garlic will turn green again. It will begin to build up the green mass. Its stem will thicken, and therefore it is just possible to judge the thicker the stem will be by the end of the season, and the head under the ground will also be large. But there will still be a lot of work with garlic in the season. And to prepare this top dressing, we will need 10 quarts of water. And also we will need chicken manure. It can be at least granular as in my case, and also if you have chickens, then you have a lot of chicken manure. And it can also be applied. And now I will tell you the proportions for the use of granular as well as fresh chicken manure, since they are different, and I'll tell you what the difference is. Well, first of all, granulated chicken manure, it is available to absolutely everyone. It is sold in any garden stores, and its main advantage over fresh chicken droppings is that it is purified and has less ammonia, which adversely affects the root system of plants. Namely, ammonia in large quantities burns the root system and destroys the plant. But this does not mean that it cannot be used. On the contrary, I only need to tell you the correct proportions now. To begin with, let's deal with granular droppings. You will need a 1-quart jar full of granular chicken flight. We add it to 10 quarts of water, and another advantage of granulated chicken manure is that it does not need to be infused for a week. How it should be done with fresh chicken droppings, all for the same reason, the absence of a large amount of ammonia in the granules. It will completely dissolve now and will be ready for use. This will be a concentrate of 10 quarts, and now I will actually tell you how to prepare the same concentrate from fresh chicken manure. Also, 10 quarts of water will require 1/4 of a bucket of chicken manure. Visually divide the bucket in height into 4 parts, and the 4th part is filled with chicken droppings. Insist on it for 7 days, put the lid on top, and at least once a day, come and mix. This is first necessary to get rid of a large amount of ammonia. Also, so that it ferments, because there may be various pests in chicken droppings that you can bring under your plants. There are no pests in granulated. And after 2 hours, our concentrate is ready. There is a thick residue from below. Of course, before we collect this concentrate and add it to the watering can, we need to mix thoroughly, lift all the particles that are at the bottom. We collect 1 pint of concentrate. We don't need any more, because the top dressing from chicken manure is quite saturated with macro and micro elements. We pour it all into 10 quarts of water. Mix until the solution is homogeneous. And you can feed this nutritious cocktail in 2 ways. The first is the simplest. It's just watering the garden from a watering can, by sprinkling with a consumption of 10 quarts per 2 square meters. Thus, the top dressing will slowly but surely penetrate into the depth of the soil and reach the roots. But if you want to see a quick effect and for the top dressing to really work well, it's better to do the following. Using a hoe in the aisle, make a furrow about 2 inches deep. Do not worry, you will not damage the roots, because if you planted garlic correctly, then the garlic clove itself should be planted at a depth of about 3 inches, and the roots mean even deeper. That's why you need to make such grooves so that the top dressing reaches the roots faster. Since the root system is already large enough and has started to work in full force. Therefore, it is necessary to feed her with a good and full-fledged diet, which is a chicken infusion. It is more economical to apply top dressing in this way, because it penetrates to the roots much faster. Also in this way we do not compact the top layer of the soil. Now we let it soak in and seal it up again with loose soil. As I said, this method is a little more difficult to work with, but the effect of it is much better. And for garlic, this top dressing is very important, because its composition is primarily rich in nitrogen, which will serve to build up a large green mass. Since soon the garlic clove that we planted will stop feeding, and you will actually see it in the form of yellowing of the leaves, and there is already yellowing of the leaves, then this top dressing will remove it. Also in the composition of this top dressing there is phosphorus and potassium, which contribute to an increase in the formation of the root system and makes garlic more resistant to diseases and weather conditions. Namely, temperature changes, drought or heavy torrential rains. Therefore, friends to whom the information from this video was useful, be sure to like it, do not forget to share this video with friends, and also subscribe to my channel so as not to miss the release of new videos. I wish you a good day. See you in the new videos.